Good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone doing? Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in to the Bald Girls Gossip Room. So, you guys know I host the Bald Girls Gossip Room. And here I like to report news that is relevant to the bald girl community, to the bald boy community, to the hair loss community, basically. Wow, I'm really bright here. I'm glowing like a ghost. Sorry, I don't know how to fix that yet. We'll work on that. I've only been doing this for a short time, really. But since I have taken on this endeavor, I've been in the news every single day, scouring the news for things that you and I would enjoy talking about. I try not to talk about health news too much because that can get a little bit boring. I try not to talk about hair loss products that promise to regrow hair because that's always in the news. But honestly, I don't believe a lot of it works. And just recently, we found out that some of them are quite dangerous. Read hims and hers. I don't know if you guys saw my report on that, which I did probably 2 times over the past week, but very dangerous side effects, especially in the male arena, that include like erectile dysfunction and a strange and unusual bend of the penis, which is good God. I mean, like, it's not worth it. Get to know your bald self and try, if you can, to love it. Try to make love to the new you that is a bald person, if you can, somehow. Okay. So that's really what this is about, is trying to just make peace with who you are and quit trying to change the genetics, whatever it is that's causing you to lose your hair. At some point, you have to stop fighting with it because it might be more powerful than any drug that you want to take. Right. So anyway, I don't want to get too hung up on that. But since I started scouring the news for bald girl news, I've noticed overwhelmingly that media is obsessed with a certain demographic of women who wear wigs. There is a certain demographic of women who wear wigs and can get away with it. When a Black woman wears a wig, it's pretty common. You know what I'm saying? Black women, we like to change our hairstyles a lot. And the only way to really be able to go from blonde to black to 99J purple hair is to wear a wig. If you try to do it naturally, you're going to end up burning your hair out, which I've seen a lot of people do, by the way. So it's better to wear the wig. So it's understood that in the Black community, we do wear wigs, right? I need to do something about this lighting because I look as bright as a ghost. Anyway, so what I've noticed is that media is obsessed. When a white person or any other person who's not Black wears a wig, they go crazy. And I know this because I go and I search the news, and people actually write articles to determine whether or not a person is wearing a wig. And I stumbled across one today, and I found this one particularly interesting because it touched on why I no longer wear black hair. And it also touched on the struggle that I have every day, which is to keep my wigs looking natural. Because, you know, wigs, they're wigs. And they kind of like to look like wigs because they're wigs. We're the ones who want the wigs to look real. The wigs themselves, they don't want to look real. They're not interested in looking real. They want to look wiggy. So every single day, you have to do some sort of magic trick with your wig to get it to not look wiggy, right? So there was an article written today. Actually, I don't know when it was written, but it actually aired today. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for you guys. Ready to go. This person, I don't even know who this is. She is maybe a congresswoman or someone who at one point worked for Trump, right? There. Okay. I follow politics, but just so I could see what's in the news. You know, I don't get too deep into it, so I wouldn't know who this person is. But look at the article that was written about this woman. Hey, Big G. Big G says I look like an alien. So Big G, let me tell you what Big G just said. Big G says, do you have cancer? Are you an alien? So Big G is not sure yet whether or not I have cancer because I haven't even talked about that. But he wants to let me know that I look like an alien. Big G, I'm going to go ahead and block you because I'm not even going to entertain your nonsense. You need to grow up. Okay. Anyways. So this is what I mean. Like, you're not allowed to be different in this world. You're not allowed to try something different. I did block this guy, but somehow these block user timeout on blocked user on YouTube. Okay, anyhow, I apologize. So they went ahead and wrote a whole article about why they believe this woman is wearing a wig. Okay, but I'm going to stay on task. And first, I mentioned why I don't wear black wigs. If you look at her hair and how dark it is against her skin and how harsh it looks against her skin, and then you compare her skin to my skin, you're going to see some sort of a similarity. After a certain age, I don't think we can pull off. And with this complexion, in fact, I don't even think it has much to do with complexion, because I've seen darker women like dark brown skin, who are still trying to wear black hair like that, and really they need to lighten it up because of the fullness and the density. Not only does it look like a wig, but it actually takes away from your youth, in my opinion. What do you guys think about that? I'm gonna go ahead and check out my TikToks. Hi guys on TikTok. I have to actually go into a different stream to see you. Charlie King says, good afternoon, beautiful. Good afternoon, Charlie King. Great to have you here. User 928 says, nobody tapping that. I'm married, sweetie. Boss Lady Mocha says, because she went after Jasmine. Oh, she went after Jasmine Crockett? Oh, Boss Lady Mocha, please do tell, because I'm a Jasmine Crockett fan. Please expand on that. Is that why they went after her? Okay. I'm sorry. We stay on topic. But y'all want to dissect this article? Because I just can't believe. Let me see if I could determine by the author's name what race she is. Her name is Elizabeth Ford, the writer of this. And this was published on a news source called The List. I don't know, it's just an opinion piece anyways, right? And it says, does Lauren Boebert wear a wig? 5 pics where her layered locks look fake. I hate people so much. Boss Lady said they be trying it in Congress. Oh, yes, they do. 100% they do. Yeah, but Boss Lady, please, can you write me just a short little synopsis of what she did to Jasmine Crockett? I would love to know. I would take a minute right now to Google it myself, but I don't want to distract you guys. I just want to stay on topic. I've noticed after reviewing some of my videos in the past that I do go on tangents, and I think it takes away from the stream. So I'm going to try not to do that. But if you could somehow summarize for me what Lauren Boebert said about Jasmine Crockett, I would love to know. Anyway, so we were talking about the color of her hair. That's the reason why I don't wear black hair. So let's go ahead and read this article, y'all. They have pictures too, because, oh my God, it's like you're not allowed to wear a wig without disclosing it first. Like if I enter a room, I have to enter the room and I have to say, hi, everybody, my name is Action Jacqueline. I wear a wig, and then they'll let me live. You know what I'm saying? If I don't do that, then the whole room will spend the entire time trying to dissect what's happening, and they just can't take their focus off the wig. And it doesn't matter. I said before, wigs kind of want to look like wigs. You really have to stay on top of your hair as a wig wearer to keep it from looking like a wig. It's a 24-hour job. And if you wear wigs, I think you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I am, again, going on a tangent. So let me go ahead and continue to read. And while I do that, I need to actually finish putting on my makeup so people like Big G can't say I look like an alien anymore. Because, you know, I do have feelings, even though they're not hard feelings. I do have feelings. So in attempt to not look like an alien, let me put on some makeup. Is that better? Do I look less alien? Okay. Let me stay with it. Stay on task, right, Jack? Okay, it says, synthetics have dominated Donald Trump's inner circle even before Caroline Leavitt's supposed lip fillers gave her a bad case of duck face. Colorado Rep. Lauren Boebert is narrowly leading the race in most fall features of the Republican Party. Now that Kimberly Guilfoyle seems to be out of the contest since splitting with Donald Trump Jr., Boebert's eyebrow blindness and fake tan fails pale in comparison to the speculation that the gun-loving politician dons a shiny black wig. The controversy-ridden Congresswoman has already been in the limelight on the subject of hair. Boebert received considerable backlash in 2022 for mocking the Crown Act, which aims to combat racial discrimination against natural hairstyles. Ooh, so maybe she had this coming, y'all. What Boebert called the bad hair bill, ironically, Boebert seems to be using her own protective hairstyle in the workplace, covering up any natural hair with a possible wig. For instance, in a photo she posted on Instagram, posing next to Manuel Hart, let's pull that up. There she is. I know that wig. I have it. I have that wig. I've worn that wig before. And yeah, it screams wig. I don't know, you can't help it. You can't get away with it. If you're wearing wigs every day, unless you're on it, like on it. Go to those hair appointments once a week. Just constantly be in that mirror. You do end up looking like that. And busy women. I'm sure she's not a woman who has a lot of time on her hands, seeing as how she made it into Congress. She probably doesn't have a whole lot of time to be spending staring at the mirror. I must say, I've wasted a lot of years staring at a mirror trying to make my hair look real. I've since stopped. Here I am. I don't even have makeup on yet. I'm doing my makeup on camera. You guys, go ahead. Take your licks. In a minute, I'm going to put my wig on and then you can make fun of that. Okay, so there's that. But let's go back. Okay, so for instance, in a photo she posed on Instagram, posing next to Manuel Hart, chairman of the Ute Mountain Ute tribe, Boebert's hairline appears fairly abrupt against her forehead. Ooh, they be tearing us apart. Likewise, looking carefully at a selfie that Boebert posted, one can almost see the faint line of a potential lace front glued to her forehead. Let's check that out. Can y'all see the fake line? Hold on. I do want to see this fake line that they're talking about. I think that's as big as we can get. But yeah, I guess I could see some sort of a doctored image, like she used some eyeshadow over there to make it look darker. I can see that. Listen, I'm not making fun of anybody because good God. I mean, I'm the last person to make fun of somebody's wigs. I'm just amazed at how someone actually wrote an article about a person's wig. Good God. Wait, let me continue reading. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. Looking carefully at a selfie, one can almost see the faint line of a potential lace front glued to her forehead. All right. Luna Viola, a Los Angeles-based fashion and red carpet hairstylist and makeup artist, confirmed to us that the chances that Boebert is wearing a wig are high. Hold on a second. They called in an expert. They called in an expert to determine whether or not this was. Help me. I hate everyone. Lay off me and all the other wig wearers, okay? Luna Viola, a Los Angeles-based fashion and red carpet hairstylist and makeup artist, confirmed to us that the chances that Boebert is wearing a wig are high, calling attention to other strange features about it. Oh, so strange. I actually like this look right here, this one. I like this one. She actually looked like she put on some spray tan there. Look, she's darker than me. She's chocolate. I wonder if she would like it if we called her chocolate. Oh, Lord. Let me put a wig on because I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself and not in a good way. Hold on. All right. Is that better, y'all? Do I look like an alien still? Hold on. I didn't even finish my makeup yet. I haven't put on my eyelashes or anything. But let's continue reading. Okay, so Lauren's hair seems to have a very unnatural volume. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, that volume. Too dense, right? And a lack of natural movement, which is typical of synthetic hair. I do wear synthetic hair. Guilty. Where does it go? It says Lauren Boebert's manicured mane is too good to be true, according to a professional. Maybe I should become a professional wig detector since I know so much about wigs. Trust me, y'all, I know how to make a wig look 100% natural. I just happen to know that it's going to look that way for about 24 hours before before midnight strikes and Cinderella turns back into a pumpkin. It doesn't last long before your wig starts to tell on itself. Do y'all know this, or is it just me? All right, anyhow. Either Lauren Boebert uses gallons of conditioner or her hair is a hoax. They call it a hoax. Just take a look at the unnaturally glossy shine and over-the-top volume of her mop in these photos. Oh, somebody can't stand this lady. And I'm guessing it's because of what Boss Lady said. I'm guessing they can't stand her because she came for Jasmine Crockett. Don't come for Jasmine, y'all. We love Jasmine Crockett. Hang on, let me go through these messages. I'm sorry. Boss Lady says, I believe she wears a wig sometimes and her hair most of the time. Oh, really? Boss Lady, did you summarize for me what she said about Jasmine Crockett? Because I'm still waiting to hear that part. And I also want to see now photos of her natural hair if what you're saying is accurate. Sign followed the host. Thank you, Sign, for following the host. And welcome to anyone else who decides to do the same. Thank you. Make sure you're tapping those hearts if you're on TikTok, and if you're on YouTube, make sure to like this stream and subscribe. Okay, let's go. So Boss Lady says the wig looks wiggy. What, my wig or her wig? My wig probably still looks wiggy. Yeah, the volume, definitely way too much volume. I agree with that. Okay, so we said either Lauren Boebert uses gallons of conditioner or her hair is a hoax. Just take a look at the unnaturally glossy shine and over-the-top volume of her mop in these photos posted to, let me click on it and find out. X? Oh, they call Twitter X now? I don't have it. I never had a Twitter, so no. Oh boy. Oh, these wigs are saying wig outright. Oh, you guys seeing that on your end, or is it just me? Hey, let me make myself smaller so you can see. There you go. Oh yeah, these are definitely saying wig. I do like it. I have every one of these wigs. I don't know what wigs they are, but I wear them. I wear wigs that look like wigs, and I don't care anymore. I don't care as long as I like them and they make me happy. That's enough. And I can see why this wig would make her happy. Can y'all at least see why it would make her happy, regardless of it looking wiggy? This right here, though, let me see if I can get my if I poke. Can you see this? This one right here, right? Hang on. You see the way the wig is covering her whole entire her face? That's something that natural hair never does. Have y'all ever noticed that? Natural hair never covers the entirety of your face like that. Only wigs do it. And I do everything in my power. That's one thing I'm very cognizant of when I do my wigs in the morning, is making sure that I get this out of my face. If nothing else, that's one thing I do. Before this stream is over, I'm going to fix this wig up to the best of my ability. And so show you what I look like on an everyday basis. Of course, I'm not going out looking like this. We're going to fix this up, right? And I'm not going to wash it because I washed it just 4 days ago, and I have to start preserving my wigs because wigs are getting more expensive now because Boebert's friend, Lauren Boebert's friend, Donald Trump, decided he wanted to impose 145% taxes on all things that come out of China. And we all know that 80% of the wigs that are sold in the United States come out of China. So we can bet our bottom dollars that our bottom dollars are going to be absorbed in our wigs if we're going to continue to wear them. And I will continue to wear wigs, and they will probably end up looking like Boebert's. But let's talk some more. Let's continue reading this article about Boebert's wig that was written by somebody who clearly is not a fan of Boebert's. Okay, the hairline looks planted and not seamlessly blended with her scalp. The texture of the hair looks too shiny, and the scalp at the parting of the hair is not visible, unlike a natural parting where the scalp can be seen. Okay, so that's one thing I'm also cognizant about, y'all. I make sure that y'all can see my scalp. I'm willing to give too much scalp than no scalp at all, but one thing I'm always having is some scalp. Thank God for lace wigs, y'all, because I started wearing wigs when there were no lace wigs. So you can imagine the scrutiny that I received over that. Okay, so let's see. Looking at an Instagram post with Pete Hegseth, his wife, and Boebert, the Congresswoman's locks look almost too silky to be real. Let's check this one out. Oh, we saw this one already. Yeah, this one definitely is just giving. I've had that wig, I've worn that wig, and I've been very unhappy wearing that wig. So I know about that one, and I would burn it. I would burn it because I remember that wig actually giving me anxiety and having to wear it because I spent a lot of money on that wig. I don't know what wig it is, but y'all know if you wear wigs, especially synthetic ones, you probably own that wig too. That's a popular one. That's a popular one. Where are we going? Jesus Christ, they're picking her apart. It says the Congresswoman's locks look almost too silky to be real, and her part, as Viola mentioned, seems too elevated to be natural. Oh my God, her part is elevated. We don't need to go back and see that picture because we already know that one looks fake, right? Similarly, posing next to Chris Wright in another Instagram post, let's check this one out. This one looks like it could be real, except that bend. Ooh, this part right here. Let me see, can I point at it? This part right here, that little curvature, I know about that curvature. Y'all know if you wear synthetic wigs, or if you know wigs, or if you recognize wigs, it's probably because of that curvature. That's something that you know. You see, I have it going on in my wig too. I'm gonna fix that. Before I leave the house today, I'm gonna fix that curvature. I've somewhat straightened it so it doesn't curve, but when I first bought it, it definitely was doing that wig thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, all right. Okay, her part looks too elevated to be natural. Similarly, the hair falls awkwardly off her shoulders and lands in a stiff wig-like shape. I know about that. According to Viola, there are a few explanations for her hair's appearance. I believe it's either a lace front wig or clip-in extensions. I'm thinking wig, y'all. What y'all think? But I have seen extensions that also look just like that. So it's a toss-up. Who knows? A lace front wig can look undetectable once it is worn, especially if made with human hair. Same concept for the clip-in extensions, except the placement is more visual and works better with existing hair. The top layer of the natural hair is left out to conceal the clip's extensions. Not an option for a girl like me. I've got no hair at all, so dead that. And that is what makes it look much more realistic compared to a full wig. We'll leave the deliberating up to the reader. And that's it, y'all. So someone definitely picked Boebert apart. I actually feel bad for her because you should be allowed to wear a wig without being scrutinized for it. I've told you before, I feel like it's a hate crime at this point. People who wear wigs for hair loss reasons, especially, should be able to go into the world without being made fun of. It's no different than if I were being called the N-word, if you're going to call me an alien like Big G did. Big G saw me. He came on during this live, y'all, asked if I have cancer, and then asked if I'm an alien. These are hate crimes. These are hate crimes. I should be able to report this to YouTube or to TikTok and say, listen, there's hate crimes because I am a particular group, but my group is not protected. So I feel like we need to rally. I do feel like we need to rally to have a bill passed to protect our specific group. What y'all think about that? Okay, I did promise that I would get my makeup done before I leave this live so y'all can see I actually don't look like an alien in my everyday life. I really don't, I promise. Hang on, I want to pull up my TikTok messages because I've lost y'all. I'm sorry. Boss lady said more scalpy. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, okay. Boss lady came with the tea. She explained what Boebert said about Jasmine Crockett. She said that Boebert claimed that Jasmine was unqualified. Unqualified. I wonder what Boebert's qualifications are. And then afterwards, Jasmine destroyed her. Can we find a clip? Can we find a clip of Jasmine destroying her? I want to be able to play the clip in full, except that that's copyright infringement, so I can't do that. If I got the if I got the transcript, I would read it to you because I would love that. I'm here for all the tea, y'all. All right, let me go ahead and finish doing my makeup. Also, I wanted to talk about diet and exercise for the bald girls, because one of my besties from the bald girl chat room had asked me how I managed to stay slim. And I didn't give a truthful answer to that. Lady Rochelle, how are you, sweetheart? Was it you who asked me that? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Lady Rochelle. It's always a pleasure to have you. I think it might have been you. No, it wasn't you, Lady Rochelle, who asked about my diet and exercise. But someone else asked about my exercise and diet routine. And I downplayed it because, well, for one, it embarrasses me to talk about it. One, because I'm not a certified health professional. So I don't like talking or giving advice on how to lose weight or how to exercise, because God forbid I say something wrong. Then the whole internet comes for me. And then I have all the fitness gurus telling me that I should not dare to do or say these things. But she did ask me what I do. Okay. So I'm not going to give any professional advice. I'm not a professional. But now I thought about it, and I realized that part of the reason why I have become so much open about my hair loss is because I'm feeling better about my weight. I recently started lifting weights, which is something I never did before. Prior to that, I only did aerobics exercises. I only did like jumping jacks and running, that sort of thing, right? I've never been one to spend hours in the gym. If I do an exercise, I've always been one to do it at home because I don't want to be bothered with trying to preserve a wig through a workout. I don't. Wigs are expensive, y'all. I know a lot of you go hard, you get your wig on, you don't even care. And a lot of you have budgets that I don't match. I have spoken about this in a few other videos. I've asked what people's budgets are. My budget is probably on the lower end, my wig budget. I do believe that a lot of Black women are not living life to their fullest because they're spending too much money on their wigs. There was a point where I was spending close to $500 to $600 a month on my wigs. And during that time, I was going to the gym because I didn't mind. I was perfectly comfortable spending that kind of money. But when I realized that it was making me work too much, I was at work all the time just so that I could afford to buy wigs. I'm a stay-at-home wife now. I can't live like that. So things have changed. But I don't go to the gym. I work out at home, but I do make sure that I do between 20 to 45 minutes of weight training every day. What I do is I set a timer. Say, hey Siri, 5 minutes. And then I start an exercise. Right before I started here, I did 5 minutes of it. I have a 10-pound weight. So I did this. No, I didn't do this for 5 minutes. I did this for 3 minutes because I couldn't handle the 5-minute one. So I had to cut it down. But I make sure that I follow through for the whole 5 minutes. So I basically just take the weight and I just go for the entire 3 minutes. It's these sorts of workouts. You probably see them before. I think they call it like wall Pilates. If you've been on the internet and you saw the little ads for these wall Pilates, you'll see people doing these little 5-minute sets, 3-minute sets, or sometimes they do it by reps. I don't do it by reps. I do it by minutes, so I don't have to be bothered with counting. The beauty of doing it with a timer is you don't have to count. And the great thing of not having to count is that you can do it and watch TV or whatever else you're doing. And you don't have to worry about like, oh, what number was I up to? I got sidetracked. I don't even know how many I've done. That's something that I struggled with when I used to do reps. And now that I do it with a timer, I don't even worry about it anymore. So yeah, I just do little exercises. I'll do leg lifts. I'll sit in my chair and I'll do like 1, 2, and I'll do that for 5 minutes. That's great for your stomach. You guys, I'm not trying to brag. I don't think I have the best body at all, but I have reached a place where I'm more comfortable with myself, comfortable enough actually to be able to come on live. I don't like to talk about my age, but but I'm over 49 years old. Is that fair to say? Is that fair to say that I'm over 49? So you could do with that whatever you like, okay? I also take my vitamins every day. Vitamins definitely help with your appetite. The one that I feel like really helps my appetite and also with my skin the most is the collagen and the hyaluronic acid. So I take that as well. But I also take a vitamin D. Vitamin D, y'all, if you're not taking vitamin D, you're doing your vagina a disservice, okay? Hey, women. So please take your vitamin D and circle back and let me know if you've noticed any changes in your pH, okay? Because that right there, that's the chef's kiss, let me tell you. So I do that. And I also mind what I eat. I pick my poison. So for instance, I love coffee and I love sweetened coffee. I don't like it to be extra sweet, but I do put 2 teaspoons of sugar in my coffee every day, which means I'm not allowed to have anything sweet for breakfast. So that's my poison. I say to myself, okay, you know what? That's going to be my sugar. That's what I'm having as a sugar this morning. So my coffee is my sugar, and then I'll eat something like an egg and some chicken salad or something like that, and a slice of bread. I don't indulge in sweets very much. Just recently, I discovered peanut butter mixed with Jamaican honey, because my husband and I went to Jamaica and we brought back some honey and I poured it inside some peanut butter. It was the most delicious thing I'd ever tasted. I love crunchy peanut butter, and I started eating it by the knifeful, and it was the worst thing I ever did because I immediately gained like 5 pounds and I saw it immediately. So I had to tell myself, you know what, let me back off. And it's good to be very cognizant about what you eat, because if I ate other sugars, it would be hard for me to determine which one of those sugars was causing me to gain the weight. And since I only have the coffee and that spoonful of peanut butter, then it was easy for me to determine, okay, that's the culprit, get it out of here. So I'm looking at it right now. A part of me wants to throw it in the trash, but the other part of me knows that I live with other people who eat peanut butter. So I can't just trash it like that. So I just have to practice self-control. Lady Rochelle says, I take powdered collagen in my coffee every morning. Definitely helps with my joints. Powdered collagen? What does that make your coffee taste like? It must taste the same. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it, right? But definitely between 20 and 45 minutes a day, every day, without fail. Like, I will not allow myself to even go to bed. And my exercises are very lazy. One day, if you guys want, I could show you the exercises that I do. A lot of them I do just sitting down, but they are intensive because I do them for a duration of time, and I try to increase the weight as much as possible. So I was doing a 5-pound weight for the past probably year. Like, for a whole year, I was doing a 5-pound weight, the same exercise. And just recently I started to do 10-pound weights, which meant that I couldn't do the 5 minutes anymore. I had to start doing the 3 minutes because it's just too much. But I'm going to work myself back up to a 5-minute, 10-pound weight. And we'll be doing that. And I make sure that when I do it, I reach all the way over my head and they come all the way back behind me so that it's actually working out my waistline. So that helps a lot. Lady Rochelle says it's unflavored, no taste. Wow. And it doesn't do anything to the texture either, I'm guessing, because you're drinking it. If you're drinking it, it must be still good. So that's something to consider. I'm pretty happy with the one that I take, the pill. I take it in pill form, but I will say it's a lot of pills. You got to take like 6 of them a day. And then in addition to that, I take the hyaluronic acid, which is 3 pills a day. So you could imagine how many pills I'm taking a day, in addition to my daily vitamin. And then my D and my B, my zinc and my C. And now the calcium, because my doctor, now that I'm 50, I said it, y'all. Now that I'm 50, my doctor had to talk with me. And she's like, you got to start incorporating calcium into your diet. So I'm like, okay, ma'am, I'll do that. It's been lovely. It's so much fun. See you next time. Oh, Boss Lady, thank you so much for joining me. You're probably gone already, and I didn't mean to ignore you while you said goodbye. D'Allen Lavelle says, nice. Thank you so much, D'Allen. Boss Lady, I'll miss you. I'll see you again soon. Make sure that you're subscribed so that you can see me the next time I go live. Let me finish up my makeup, put on my hair, and try to do something else with this day besides play around on the internet. Sorry, y'all. I still have cooking and stuff to do. But first things first. First, I can't find anything. All right, so that's about it. Let me put my wig back on so I can show you guys that I don't look like. Have a nice day, sweetheart. My daughter's going off to college. I really wanted to do my makeup here, but I feel like I would just bore you guys if I do that. So instead, we'll try to make this wig look not wiggy. I know the best and the easiest way to make a synthetic wig look not wiggy is to wash it, right? I've done videos before on how to wash a synthetic wig. There was a time when I was washing my wigs, my synthetic wigs, every single day. And you can imagine what that did for the lifespan of the wig. It's not good. I don't recommend it. Although it does look great, it does wear on the lifespan of the wig. At those times, even with my high-end synthetics like this one, which is called the Sensational Wig by Tressalore, I was only getting like three good weeks out of it before I had to toss it in the trash. And these wigs are quite expensive. This wig is about I think this wig was $260. So could you imagine if I only got 2.5 weeks out of it? This wouldn't be good. It's not a good thing. I don't recommend it. But at the same time, definitely once a week. So I'm trying to train myself to start washing my wigs once a week rather than twice a week like I did in the past. Especially now I'm being much more aware of the lifespan of a wig because I don't know what's going on with the prices. Our wigs, like I said, 80% of them come out of China. So those prices are going up. Did you guys see on the Breakfast Club, some girl called in and said that she bought a bundle, and I think the bundle normally costs like $185 and it ended up costing $70 more. Her bundle was $255 when typically she pays $185 for it. I just disappeared on y'all. I'm just trying to get my glue together. I found it. Sorry. I lost it for a second. Got it. My got to be. It looks a bit invisible. All right, here we go. I used the got to be glue. I'm using a green screen background. So what you're seeing right here is not my actual background. It's one of the benefits of using this software that allows me to stream live to both TikTok and to YouTube is that you can change the backgrounds, and I love them. This particular background reminds me so much of my childhood home. Not that we had this exact setup, but something about the colors. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I just love playing with the backgrounds. I have a beautiful home of my own. I never want to discredit that. That's why I always say it. But I have a great time with these backgrounds. The backgrounds are fantastic, y'all. All right, so now that I have my glue in, I can put the wig on. Wigs definitely look better once they're glued down. Certain things I look for in a synthetic wig is I like to make sure that it always has lace. I'll never go back to full cap wigs, even though at some point in my life I had to wear them every day because that's all I had available. I lost my hair when I was 12 years old. By the way, my name is Action Jacqueline. I don't think I said that in this whole video. My name is Action Jacqueline. I'm your fellow alopecia princess and big bald-headed sister. And I report ball girl news in the ball girl gossip room. So as I was saying, I make sure that I try to get a wig that has a good lace front. It doesn't matter how much lace, just as long as the whole area is the whole frontal is covered, at least temple to temple. This wig doesn't have ear to ear lace, which is okay with me. I actually prefer a wig that doesn't have ear to ear lace because I feel that they're more secure on my head. I like having these felt ear tabs, so I don't mind that, and I kind of know how to work that. And then I make sure that the lace goes nice and far back. So if there is a part, even if it's just like 2 inches of parting space, I need it to go all the way back, and I need to have some sort of play area. This wig has a lot of play area. I can part this on any side. Like I said, this is a high-end synthetic, but I often wear budget-friendly wigs. I just reviewed a budget-friendly wig that is gorgeous, but the style is so fresh and so new that I'm going to save that for when I go out this weekend. I think I'm going to go see a movie this weekend. So I'm going to wear that wig. And I'm just going to wear this one every day. So like I said, we talked about that girl, what was her name? Boebert, with that congressperson's hair, and we didn't like the fact that, the wig sat right in her face. I feel like that is a very wiggy look. So I'm always cognizant about that, and I try my best. If nothing else, y'all, wigs are wigs, and they want to look like wigs. We're the ones who want the wigs to look like hair. The wigs themselves, they're going to fight you every struggle of the way. And there is a time throughout your day when your wig is going to start looking wiggy. And that's how come when you go out, you see these girls looking great in the daytime. As soon as they arrive at the event, they look gorgeous. But by 11 o'clock at night, they're almost putting on their bonnets. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. I have since decided I'm not even getting installs. I don't do installs. I wear wigs, like real wigs. And yes, they do look wiggy sometimes. I just have to get comfortable with myself. I'm not taking no hair loss drugs. We talked about the hair loss drug that's bending men's penises in weird directions. Which one is that called? I'll tell you guys the name so that you can stay away from it. In case any men are watching who are considering taking that, please get off of that drug. Please get off of that. I reported on that just the other day, and I don't want y'all taking it. And women, just because men are the ones experiencing the bulk of the side effects from that drug, I don't recommend you take that either, because good God. Okay, so the name of the drug that I would like for you guys to not take, the hair loss treatment drug. I lost it. Sorry, y'all. Give me a second. The name of that drug is... it's very important, and I can't find it. I just talked about just the other day. It's all over the news, y'all. It's all over the news. They're still selling it. And at the same time, people are reporting that their libido has disappeared. They have reported having unusual bends, hair loss, sexual side effects. Hang on. I forget the name of it. For some reason, I can't say it. Oh, it's called... Why did I forget the name of it? God, I'm terrible. Finasteride, and it's sold, it's marketed by a company called Hims, and they have a hers version. So it's sold to women as well. And they definitely say that if you're pregnant, you shouldn't try it. And you can't give blood, you can't donate blood if you're taking it, because God forbid you donate blood to a pregnant person and then their son gets it and then is born with a I don't know, a U-shaped penis or an L-shape. I don't know what they do, but y'all definitely want to look into that because it's crazy. Why am I doing that? Because it's crazy. Okay, so yeah, I did the important thing. I got the hair off my face. This is the best I'm gonna do. Y'all, somebody is worried about whether or not I'm wearing a wig. I guess they're just gonna have to worry. And if they ask me on the street, I'm just gonna be like, why? Does it look fake? Maybe it does. What the hell? The way they tore that woman apart is crazy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Let me check my messages before I leave. Lady Rochelle says, it's unflavored, no taste. I would love to see your exercise. I need inspiration to get off my butt and get moving. And Lady Rochelle says, sis, you look young. Okay, I'll put it together. I'll try to put something together that's not boring, because it would be weird if I walked around and just showed you how I do exercises. I think that might be strange. You have a good day as well, Lady Rochelle. Thank you so much. So I'm going to try to maybe put together some little clips and play them while we talk about it. That's probably the best way I should go about doing it. Hang on. And it's been okay. So that's about it, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. You guys have a fantastic day. Peace.